John Burns in Levittown, Snowball Gate. Scope of work's going to be mulch install, topsoil and seeding in the front yard, haul away of like some wood chippings and debris, haul away some debris in the back, trimming in the back. Yeah, so it'll all be separated, see what they accept, and trimming in the front too. But yeah, so it's actually DJ knows him. I think Matt knows Matt, you know him too. He used to ref, so recommended by Sue and Don, DJ's parents. So hook them up. But anyway, starting in the front. So here it's going to be just kind of a bed prep, mulch install all here. The one note she did mention, well, one, they did ask for a fresh edge, obviously, like we always do. But they did say try not to go too much deeper into the yard with the edge. She said like every year it seems like whoever edges it just continues to go further and further into the yard. So not that I think we do it, but just try not to get too far into the yard when cutting the edge for them. So fresh edge everywhere. Bed prep, mulch install. Not too bad on the weeds really here. So trimming of this, just kind of square it off. The boxwood running along the house here. That's the only trimming in the front. So up here in the front, there's gonna be a lot of like haul away of crap from this job. So just keep that in mind. It's just a mix of a bunch of stuff. So probably shady, I guess, is the best place that will take just everything kind of dumped together. But so they said this mulch bed is just way too big. They want to dramatically just shrink it in. They also had an oil tank removed. So there's a big sunken spot here that they need to probably fill with some fill dirt first. Not fill dirt, topsoil first and then mulch. Don't want to do all mulch because over time it'll kind of like disintegrate and it'll continue to be a hole. So we want to put something a little more solid and denser like topsoil in that spot and then put the mulch. But anyway, yeah, so we said like shrink the bed down about where that mushroom is. So, you know, a little bit outside that bush. So kind of shrink down the bed. So dig out and haul away all this stuff and then cut the edge here, and then we'll put topsoil and seed all here. I told them it's not a guarantee it's going to take because we're getting late in the season, but we'll do our best. So just try to mix in some starter fert or something like that, not just plain seed. Try to really get something that's like guaranteed to grow, or starter fert or something of that sort in this area. That'll be the yard. So essentially this will be a yard, this like the grass long term, and the mulch bed will get shrunk all the way down here. So good bit of hauling away some of the crap and mulch and raking it out and things of that sort. So cut that all here, mulch install, no trimming of anything of this that he said. So here's a spot where it's really sunken in, so you'll need to get some fill dirt in and then mulch. Yeah, and then use your judgment on where to put the bed. And then all here is kind of like a hot mess. So there was an oil tank here, so they filled in probably with some like crappy fill dirt. There's like stones and crap in it. Then over here you got a bunch of sticks and wood chips from a tree that came out, and then like all the roots and stuff. So we need to haul away this junk, you know, dig it down like at least 2 inches. So like if you can see how far my foot went down, I would say like that much about you want to get out, because seed's not really going to take too well in this stuff that's real wood chippy. You know, it's almost like a mulch. We want it more like a topsoil. So haul away the sticks, the crap, kind of dig out, rake out this area here, and then topsoil and seed. Now I'm looking at it too. Nah, it should get sun. It'll get partial sun, partial shade. So normal seed's fine, and then with some starter fert and stuff. But anyway, this whole area, do your best, rake it out, clear it out, topsoil and seed, this whole area. And then kind of similar with the roots, not as bad where the roots were, but a little bit. I would just rake them out kind of lightly. They're not like real dense, but all the spots that are bare, like here and here, just put a little bit of topsoil. There's still some root. Put a little bit of topsoil, and then seed starter for hay. So long term, they just want all grass out here. So that's the front yard. I'll move to the back for the rest. Alright, so we got a small mulch bed here, nothing crazy. Just a little bed prep, mulch install. Here's the access to the backyard. It's kind of a small spot. So moving back here. So this area, I told him it's not going to look immaculate. He had a tree taken out here as well. Just wants to kind of clean up the area a little bit. I told him we'll just kind of get rid of the big stuff, right? So haul away kind of the big chunks of stuff, and then some of the other, like, just kind of rake out the area, try to get some of the larger wood chips out of here. I would take it to about, like, right where his stacked wood is, maybe blow that area off. Essentially just trying to make this area not as much of an eyesore for him. Maybe even move these bricks and just put them somewhere out of the way so the area looks better when we're done. But anyway, just kind of light cleanup. Again, not going to look immaculate, not going to be perfect, not looking to dig out a lot of the real dense stuff and haul it away. There's like dirt and stuff in here, so not going to do that. Just kind of raking out the light stuff on the top. And then later in the fall, maybe this is another area that we'll reevaluate, try to do a deeper job and topsoil and seed it. So that'll be separated as well. I'll put it as like debris removal or something. And then back here, just bed prep, mulch install. All this stuff is a weed. Pull that out. Pull these big guys out. Obviously these weeds, weeds, a lot of weeds in here. Pull all them out, and then mulch install. And then come and there's a bed back here. Be careful by the pool, obviously. All this stuff is weeds, so pull all that out. These guys, you can trim them up. 2 large shrubs. So just give them some shape, clean them up. He said maybe lop the top off. Top's probably like 8 foot high. So with a 6 foot ladder, an 8 foot ladder should be fine. Probably an 8 foot would make it easier for you, but so try to chop the top a little bit and then just kind of give them shape and clean up all the clippings, obviously. Again, all this stuff is weed. Pull this out. Looks like there's a viney weed growing up through that thing, so rip that out the best we can. Rather than just cutting it, try to find out where it's like growing at. And it looks like it's a thorn, so that's good. So use some thick, put 2 gloves on or double gloves or something. Be careful with that, it's a little thorny. I didn't touch it, I could just see it. And then lightly trim and shape that. And then clean up the beds, mulch install. Pretty straightforward. Let's just weed whack down these weeds if we can. And then you have a real skinny mulch bed, basically running all the way down to the gate. So same thing. There's not a ton of weeds over here at the moment. We'll kind of clean them up, break it out a little bit. No real trimming needed. But this guy you might be able to cut back a little bit. All this stuff's dormant. Yeah, and then clean up and then mulch all in there. And there is actually a gate over here as well, so it's good. But and that's it.